What is happening, respectfully selfish family? It is good to be back. I hope you are enjoying the new setup we have going on here. Um, as we're getting things started, as always, I want to check in with you and know how you are doing. How have you been? The last time we talked or I spoke, we were talking about what your new normal looks like. And I'm asking, how's that going? Have you defined it yet? Have you seen a direction to it yet? If not, still take your time. It's totally cool. Moving on with that, though, going from new normal to kind of a different topic, I want to talk about time a little bit. And on my other channel, the Zen Heads with Rick, we kind of discussed a couple of things. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we were sitting there texting each other and we were like, is time related to poor self esteem, overthinking, and everything like that? And I'm going to tell you what I mean in a second. Time kind of creates expectations, right? It creates things have to be done by a certain time. That could be meaning I have to get this work project done now or by this date, or I need to get moved into a house by the age of 32, or I need to get married by the age of 20, or whatever it might be. Time puts on these expectations that if you don't meet these, you're kind of a failure. That ain't it. Why, right? Who is measuring this level of success? Because to me, or on this journey that we're all on, success is defined differently by everybody. So maybe if your personal goal was, yes, you wanted to be married by 28, but you excelled in your career instead, you almost have to understand that time was your enemy there. You almost got in your way of your success. So, how does that adapt to kind of everyday thinking? Well, my partner on the Zen Heads, Rick, he was saying he knows a story of a guy who was meditating from the age of 20 almost to the age of, I think it was 75 or something like that, he said. And some guy asked him, why do you do that every day, same time? Why? And he said, I'm just starting to see the benefits. It's just starting to pay off. And the way Rick took that was he had no expectations of when he was going to start feeling good. He just knew that was the direction he wanted to go, and he trusted in that. So we started thinking about, what about this idea of from now to the next time we record, which is going to be in a few days, what if we say, when we're getting overwhelmed, or you're starting to get things and you're getting into that groove of like getting things done, time, that's what we're saying, detach yourself from time. All of a sudden, weirdly, if you're able to get to that zone of really feeling detached of all those made up deadlines you have, whether it be all the things we talked about, you feel this sigh of relief. And it might only last for a split second, but you start to understand the feeling of what it feels like to be in the moment, concentrating about what's going on, listening to your body and your brain about what it wants and the way it wants to focus its energy. And it's a really cool idea. So I'm trying to invite you guys onto, I don't want to call it this experiment or this test or anything, but that's kind of what it is for the next 5 days, when things are getting a little overwhelming, getting almost to be too much, it's think about that guy that was meditating for 40, 50 years, and he just started seeing the benefits in his mid to late 70s or early 70s. Imagine that. So while we don't want to take Father Time for granted, maybe we start acting as if it's a process and not a race. We're not rushing to get to the end of this so-called finish line when there isn't one. There is no moment where all the boxes are checked and you've made it. If someone's going to give you a gold medal, that's just not what's going to happen. You're going to continue progressing. You're going to continue developing and changing. I saw an awesome picture. I don't know if it was a meme, but it was a caterpillar talking to a butterfly, and the caterpillar says, "You changed," and the butterfly looks back at him and just says, "You're supposed to." And that hit hard, because you think about that. Everybody thinks you're going to stay the same. You think you're going to stay the same. But if you're doing it right, you're going to progress and become more well-rounded for yourself. You're going to become more self-assured. You're going to become more attracted to the things that you actually like to do opposed to doing what everybody else is doing. That's a really cool idea. So while understanding that our time here is short, understand that our time here is a process and not a sprint, a race, or even a marathon. It's forever going. Forever for us. So you think about that. What kind of things can you get done in the next 40 to 50 years if you just detach yourself from the expectations of checking it off? Because then once it's done, it's done. What's the next thing? You don't just sit on cruise control. You have to continue, whether it be developing physically, whether you go to the gym, work out, or if it's with your brain or your mind, or any kind of exercises that you can be doing, personal exercises as far as personal development. Continue like what we're doing right now, trying to see, you know what, maybe I'm too attached to the idea of I have to have things done by certain times and at certain milestones in my life and everything like that. Instead of, like we always talk about, Bruce Lee, just being like water. Well, what if I do? I start kind of acting that way, and I start acting towards, instead of being, I have to be in control of everything and this is when I'm going to do this and that, I start kind of letting myself be, and I start moving, and I start grooving, and I actually make it to a point where I'm just floating in that water. I'm just on the raft, and I'm just being. I become whatever environment I surround myself with, or if I'm doing it right, I'm surrounding myself with the environment that I'm attracted to. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm not being something that somebody else wants me to be. It's crazy. But I don't even want to say I challenge. I say join me. Join us, because me and Rick are doing it. And if you want to check it out, we're going to talk about it on our next show, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I keep throwing my hands up. I just don't know what to do with my hands. But think about it, guys. How long are we going? We're at 7 minutes. Cool. I have a new setup. If you can't tell, I'm kind of looking everywhere because I have a monitor that's connected to my phone, and so I have to look at a camera. It's crazy, but it's kind of really cool because it's kind of tough not to look at my latest behind me, which means, you know, if I like it, I hope other people do. Let me know what you think about the lights. But more on Father Time and the direction that I'm trying to go and progress to. If you don't take a step back and sit in that pocket of tranquility or that meditative state, if you don't take that time to understand yourself and you don't take that time to be you or respectfully selfish, if you don't take that time, you're going to continue to move towards fake milestones and fake goals and things you don't even want to become. Just you're becoming things because you want to get that car, or you want to live in that neighborhood, or you want to date that girl. Maybe you have to impress your parents, and we all come from different households, but what do you want to be doing with time? Even the elimination of it. If time was no object, time was not, don't fear the time running low. Don't fear anything about that. Imagine if time was nothing. What would you want to be doing? Would you want to be saving the planet? Would you want to be spending more time with your family? Would you want to be, I don't know, writing more? Would you want to be filming or creating new tasks, starting a podcast, starting a video series of who knows what? What would you want to be doing? You have to think about those things, because I think we kind of get caught up in a lot of hustle and bustle of every day, especially with the election coming up. You're getting everything kind of spewed at you at once. You're getting hit in the face on Instagram. You're getting slapped in the face with a metal rod on Facebook about everything. So take a step back and think about not who's going to win this election, not what the pandemic is going, although we have to be taking that seriously, obviously. But imagine if none of that. What would you want? I talk about this all the time with my girlfriend. We talk about what is your new normal, right? Because we look back on the past and say it wasn't what you thought it was. Those bars you were getting sick of. You were spending money. You're pissed about it. Those friends you wanted to meet up with, you were getting kind of I don't want to say bored, but what you're doing is you're doing the same old thing. What this pandemic has taught us is we have to adapt with change. And by changing, we get uncomfortable. And when we get uncomfortable, we start almost micro-analyzing everything that's going on, and you break everything down into your anxieties of maybe this started because I miss dating, and then all of a sudden you go to, well, I miss dating because I miss going to the bar, and I miss going to the bar, and all of a sudden you're mad at your third grade teacher because she wouldn't let you sharpen a pencil and show off your new outfit in front of the class. You know, it's crazy how the brain can kind of funnel things, and all of a sudden you're playing connect the dots, and all the dots are only connecting because it's everything you made up in your mind. And I'm trying to think, does this all stem from time? Or, does time play a bigger role than I once thought it did? Because I used to almost brag about time kind of running my life. I'd be like, yeah, no, if I'm not here 10 minutes early, then I'm 5 minutes late. And I started realizing it got to the point where it was like serious. Like, it would affect my entire day if I was running 3 minutes late to go somewhere. And I mean that. So by doing this, I think this is a really helpful exercise for me. Maybe not everybody else is in that same boat as me, but by kind of stepping back and being like, everything's going to be okay. During that time, what am I practicing? Like I said, right now, I'm trying to practice detaching from the overall burden of routine, schedule, and time. I don't have to be a certain place at a certain time, unless obviously work and everything like that. But what am I going to do? How am I going to fill that time? What am I going to work on? Am I going to work on, mental clarity? All the things we talk about. So, I hope you're able to take this journey with me. That would be really, really cool. Really, really cool. So, let me know in my DMs on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you have not. Just help a brother out. I'm just asking. Or don't. As long as I help you, I don't care. I'm just looking to help more people. So guys, quick video today. I've probably said the word time 416 times, give or take. But I hope you guys all are doing fantastic. I can't wait till we meet again here soon. And guys, as always, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you later. Peace.